I think they made the wrong move in filing this, and I think this is going to really hurt them, and I would not be surprised if they settle, although I hope if Justin really is pushing the truth here and he's telling the truth, he really sees this all the way through and makes sure we get to discovery and proves how disgusting some of these high-level celebrities can be.
What if the perfect Hollywood power couple wasn't so perfect after all? Whispers of secret affairs, manipulated evidence, and a stunning betrayal have rattled the industry. Out of nowhere, America's sweetheart, Blake Lively, found herself entangled in jaw-dropping rumors involving her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and her co-star, Justin Baldoni. The question that no one thought to ask is suddenly unavoidable. Could this Golden Girl's shining reputation be nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion? Blake and Ryan have long been painted as Hollywood's dream duo, two radiant stars, seemingly flawless in every way. They're always smiling on red carpets, always cracking jokes on social media, and never failing to charm the public. But behind those perfect Instagram shots, insiders claim something else was brewing, a tension that began simmering once Blake started filming with Justin Baldoni. According to several accounts, Blake's usual confidence turned to fixation the moment she set eyes on her co-star. Whether it was on-set conversations or playful remarks during interviews, people noticed that her energy shifted whenever Justin was around. At first, the rumors seemed too wild to believe. After all, Ryan was still in the picture, and their marriage was supposed to be rock solid. But those initial signs were just the tip of something far more complex. Before long, cast and crew allegedly began witnessing odd moments between Blake and Justin. Casual chats turned into prolonged discussion, with Blake reportedly angling for extra, creative input on intimate scenes. Rumor has it she pushed for flirtier dialogue and more lingering camera shots, all while joking around that Justin should try that workout routine, but pregnant, an offhand comment that left some onlookers stunned. At first, many shrugged it off as Blake being ambitious or overly dedicated to her craft. But then, the lines between acting and real life began to blur. Whispers started swirling that her focus went beyond the professional. Skeptics might say it was all part of Hollywood's rumor mill. Yet, the tension on set kept escalating in ways no one could ignore. Something about their chemistry felt forced, and Justin was less than enthusiastic about fueling any off-screen romance. That's when things took a dramatic turn. When Justin made it clear he wasn't interested in anything beyond a working relationship, the story should have ended right there. But the rumors suggest Blake saw that rejection as a challenge. She wasn't used to hearing no, especially not from a co-star she believed she could win over. Some insiders claim she ramped up her efforts, trying to rewrite entire scenes for more intimate interaction, allegedly stepping on directors' toes and dismissing the idea of bringing in an intimacy coordinator. By this point, Ryan Reynolds was still publicly supporting his wife. He had no reason to doubt her. From his perspective, she was simply devoted to nailing her performance. But once Justin's firm boundaries became clear, the rumor mill says Blake's attitude shifted. The woman known for her graceful composure supposedly morphed into a strategic operator. Allegations flew that she filed a formal complaint accusing Justin of misconduct, painting herself as the victim of unwanted advances. The problem? Behind-the-scenes footage and text messages suggested the complete opposite, that Blake was the one making the moves. Here's where the entire situation spiraled out of control. According to leaked details, Blake not only accused Justin of harassing her, but also hinted he'd made inappropriate comments about her appearance. Almost immediately, certain media outlets ran sensational headlines depicting Justin as a creep on set. But then, more footage and metadata started leaking, footage showing that Blake herself was the one pushing for suggestive contact. Observers in Hollywood were stunned. How could a beloved actress, seen as a beacon of class and elegance, be caught in such a messy scandal? Even more shocking were suggestions that the evidence Blake presented in her complaint may have been tampered with. One particularly startling piece was an alleged voicemail where Justin supposedly apologized for crossing lines. Tech experts, however, began analyzing the audio and pointed out strange inconsistencies and a suspicious editing pattern. The authenticity of that voicemail suddenly looked questionable, fueling speculation that it was manipulated or entirely fabricated. While the drama unfolded, Ryan tried to be the devoted husband who shielded Blake from public scrutiny. Some say he even pulled strings to have Justin blacklisted by powerful agencies. But as more information surfaced, digital footprints, contradictory footage, and even messages referencing Ryan as an obstacle, he realized something was off. The bigger the accusations grew, the more tangled the story became, until Ryan could no longer ignore the inconsistencies in Blake's claims. Insiders say Ryan was blindsided. He reportedly discovered that Blake had been working behind his back to arrange private meetings with Justin, and worse, possibly used Ryan's presence as a form of pressure. In one particularly awkward instant, she allegedly invited Justin to their place while secretly enlisting Ryan and a certain superstar friend to corner him into accepting her revised script ideas. Only later did Ryan piece together the possibility that he'd been used as a prop in Blake's power play. Suddenly, he was left questioning whether the woman he married could be capable of orchestrating such a calculated plan. Once Justin started fighting back with evidence of his own, public opinion rapidly shifted. Instead of seeing Justin as a predator, more people began to view him as the victim of an elaborate setup. Legal experts chimed in, noting that if Blake had indeed fabricated details to support her claims, she could face serious repercussion. Everything from defamation to fraud entered the conversation, tarnishing her America's sweetheart reputation in a way that might be impossible to salvage. Producers and directors started distancing themselves, fearing blowback from fans and sponsors who saw this as a manipulative, self-serving stunt. Blake's carefully honed image, charming, wholesome, relatable, was now under siege by rumors that she'd essentially tried to orchestrate a scandal when her co-star rebuffed her. Even the couple's lucrative brand deals were at risk, given that sponsors prefer to stay miles away from controversies like this. Suddenly, the golden aura around Blake and Ryan didn't seem so sparkling. Blake's public persona thrived on authenticity and a seemingly genuine approach to life. She seemed to have it all: talent, beauty, a supportive husband, and a whimsical sense of humor that fans adored. Yet, the alleged behind-the-scenes scheming painted a picture of a woman who would stop at nothing to control a narrative and maintain her star status. Insiders began recounting past instances where she'd reportedly clashed with co-stars or insisted on last-minute script rewrites, all in the name of creative freedom. As the investigation continued, more damaging details trickled out. Messages implied she held grudges against people who contradicted her ideas. Others claimed she'd manipulated news outlets to publish preemptive hit pieces, all part of a bigger plan to smear anyone who stood in her way. The entire industry started buzzing with one unanimous question: how many other times had she gotten away with something like this, and were people too enchanted by her polished reputation to see the truth? Right now, the fallout from this scandal shows no signs of stopping. Lawyers are involved, depositions loom on the horizon, and the public is glued to every twist and turn. Meanwhile, Ryan appears caught between loyalty to his wife and a growing awareness that he might have been a pawn in her game. Hollywood's biggest names are watching closely, and it's rumored that Blake is scrambling to mend her image, or at least protect her remaining project, before the next bombshell drops. What's next for this fractured fairy tale? If the mounting evidence is accurate, we could see a massive defamation battle where all of Blake's secrets come tumbling out. Maybe she'll settle out of court to keep things hush-hush. Maybe she'll offer a public apology, or maybe she'll double down and claim she's still the victim. The only certainty is that the once luminous glow around her name has dimmed. The layers of manipulation, secrecy, and deception have cast a permanent shadow over the persona she spent years perfecting. In a world where perception is currency, Blake Lively may have spent all she had. Whether you believe she knowingly orchestrated a smear campaign or got lost in a spiral of bad decisions, one thing is sure: Hollywood will never look at her the same way again. The real question is whether fans will forgive her, or if this scandal has shattered that magical veneer for good. If you found these revelations startling and want to stay up to date on more behind-the-scenes drama that rocks Hollywood's biggest names, stick around. Every new leak, every new twist, and every new betrayal only deepens the mystery. Truth has a funny way of surfacing, no matter how many times someone tries to bury it, and this story is far from over.